What's going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to break down 3 major productivity hacks that will help you 10x your productivity. Before we get into that, my name is Keefe Carpenter. I made this channel to help men create their ideal lives through self-mastery. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more videos. All right, so let's get straight into this. I've got 3 main ways that you can increase your productivity. The first one I've got down here is identify the difference between being productive and being busy, okay? The reason this is important is because our society does not support you being lazy in the way of laziness as in sitting around doing nothing with your life, watching TV all day. We look down on those kinds of people, but our society has this way of promoting and encouraging people to be really busy or appear to be really busy. It's a trick in a way to make you look like you're accomplishing a lot, but oftentimes being busy is just pointless work, right? Like I'm a victim of this too. Like maybe I've got something I need to get done, but suddenly the grocery store's calling my name and I got to go over to the grocery store, spend an hour there. Then I come back and well, now I got to eat, right? So I'm cooking and cleaning and doing all this random stuff, avoiding the actual productive work that needs to get done. And then I go back out to the store and suddenly I've filled up half my day with busy work, but it's not actually productive work. And we all fall victims of this in our own right. So in a way, busy work is actually a form of laziness in itself because you're avoiding the things you actually need to get done. And it's mental laziness because you're not getting clarity on the important things that actually need to get done. Another place where this happens with me is with building a business, right? So I've built multiple businesses. I'm working on building another one right now. And in this case, there's not a ton I can do at this point. This is not the kind of business where it's going to take up a massive amount of my time at this point. The primary focuses are just brand outreach and building the idea of what the company is. But I don't have any like major meetings to run or employees to handle or anything like that. It's in the embryonic stages of the business, and sometimes I'll be sitting around feeling like I just need to be doing something for the business, and then I'll end up doing something that basically equates to masturbation, right? It's just pointless stuff to make me feel better. It's busy work and it's not productive or moving me forward, right? So the way you work on this is by getting clear on what actually needs to get done to move you to your goals. So first you got to be clear on what your goals are, and then let's cut the fat from the meat and figure out what actually needs to get done so that you can get there. And you'll find that the stuff you actually need to get done, when you can break things down, you realize you can accomplish major tasks, right? So maybe you're afraid to start a business because you feel like it's going to be a ton of work, but then you look at it under a microscope and figure out what are the things I actually need to do to get my business moving forward. And you realize it's only like a few things, and it's really not going to take up that much time, especially in the internet world we live in today, and it would be very doable, but you have to be productive rather than busy. So you got to give up the feeling that the amount of time you spend working on something has anything to do with how effective what you did was. You could get more done in 30 minutes than some people get done in 8 hours if you know what you're doing. The second thing I've got down here, schedule in advance, all right? In order to be productive, you need to know what you're going to be doing. So I always tell people to schedule their day the night before when they're going to bed. I put it on my phone in the notes section. It's really easy. It's right there, and you don't even have to block schedule. Like you don't have to have like at 10 o'clock I'm going to do this and 11 o'clock I'm going to do this. Just have like a list of the things you know you need to get done so that you know at the end of the day, these aren't even busy work tasks. Don't put busy work tasks on here. Simply put down the things. Ask yourself the question when you do this. Say, what do I need to get done tomorrow for tomorrow to be a success? Ask yourself that question, look at it, and you'll figure out it's probably like 2 or 3 things that just can move you forward. And if you get those done, then you have successfully been productive during the day, and the rest of the time you can fill up with the busy work if you want to, but don't put the busy work on the list with the productive stuff, because then you'll do all the busy work stuff and leave the productive things alone, and you'll suddenly run out of time to do them because the productive stuff is oftentimes stuff you're procrastinating on doing. Okay, the third and final way to increase your productivity. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video, give me a like. It really helps me out in the algorithm so I can reach more guys with my message. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. Now, back to the video. Is to create a sense of urgency, all right? Think about it like this. If your house was burning down and you could only grab a few things, like you could only grab what would fit in your hands, suddenly you'd have a lot of clarity about what mattered most to you, right? Like you'd grab the dog on one arm, grab the phone and the laptop in the other, and you'd run out of the house and everything else would get burnt to smithereens, right? And that type of situation is where urgency creates clarity. And if you create some sort of urgency around a certain situation in your life, you will get clear on what it is. Okay, so one way to do this is to set a deadline. Maybe you're working on trying to build a business or increase your income in some way, so you purchase a vacation in advance, non-refundable. So like 6 months from now, you know you've got a vacation booked, you better get the money and all this stuff up, and all of a sudden you have clarity around, all right, I need to do this and this and this, and all the other stuff kind of goes to the wayside, and you get clear on the things that actually need to get done. Another way to do this is to set targeted goals and have someone hold you accountable. If somebody's holding you accountable to get to your goal, then all of a sudden you have to cut the fat from the meat again and get clear on what you need to do so you can reach your target deadline. Another thing to think about here is the game Desert Island is essentially a productivity game. For those of you who don't know, the game Desert Island, it's this game people play where it's like, all right, you're gonna have to spend the rest of your life on a desert island. You can only bring 3 movies. What are those movies gonna be? And it puts people in a position where they have to think about what are their priorities, what are the most important things. And it's a game, so it's not taken seriously, but basically the game is a productivity game. It's like, cut all the crap out of the way. What are the important things, all right? So you could come up with a way to make a desert island game almost for whatever situation you're looking to be more productive on. I know Joel Marion, the marketer, when he starts a new business, he's worth like $100 million, but when he starts a new business, he only gives himself $1,000 to start the business with, because he knows anything beyond that and he has done something wrong. So he takes the $1,000 and he has to get creative and he has to actually be productive rather than spend a lot of extra money on bloated things that major corporations will spend money on. He gets clear on what actually needs to be done to build the business effectively. Guys, that's all I've got for this video. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. It really helps me out in the algorithm. Also, I'm going to put another video right here that I think you'll like. I'll see you guys tomorrow.